The town of Merabad sat beneath a sky that never changed. The sun hovered just above the horizon, neither rising nor setting, casting a permanent orange glow across the cobblestone streets. The people moved like sleepwalkers, repeating the same tasks. A baker kneading dough that never rose. A woman sweeping the same patch of dirt. Children running down an alley, laughing the same hollow laugh over and over. Hatim had seen strange things in his travels, but Merabad was a wound in the world. He approached an old man sitting on a bench, staring blankly at a cracked watch in his hands. Hatim waved his hand in front of the man's face. No reaction, just a whispered murmur under the breath. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hatim shivered. The town wasn't alive. It was stuck, caught in a web. At the heart of Merabad stood a tower, its clock face frozen at 6:06. A rusted bell hung above it, unmoving. The tower loomed over the town like a judge, and Hatim felt its eyes on him the moment he stepped near. As he passed under the archway, he noticed the inscription on the stone. "He who built this wound shall keep it bleeding." Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the metallic smell of old gears. Shadows stretched unnaturally long across the wooden floorboards. The walls were lined with dozens of clocks, pocket watches, grandfathers, cuckoos, but every single one was stuck at 6:06. In the center of the room stood a workbench, scattered with broken gears and cracked glass. Then came the voice, sharp and cold like a blade. "You're late." Hatim spun around. A figure emerged from the gloom, a gaunt old man in a leather apron, eyes dark as ink wells, face pulled tight like aged parchment. "The Clockmaker. You made this trap," Hatim said, hand on his sword. The Clockmaker grinned, teeth yellowed and sharp. "I made perfection." He gestured to the room, to the trapped clocks, to the stillness outside. "Time is chaos. I gave them order, a perfect moment, eternal." Hatim felt it then. The room wasn't still, it was pulsing, like a heartbeat. The air itself throbbed with something alive. "You're holding them prisoner," Hatim said. "They were free once," the Clockmaker whispered, stepping closer. "And freedom ruined them. They wasted their lives. Now they live forever at their finest hour." A bell tolled outside, 6:06. The floor shifted under Hatim's feet, the walls stretched, melting like wax. He blinked, and he was back at the edge of town. The loop had begun. The same orange sky, the same baker kneading dough, the same children running by. Hatim's heart pounded. He hurried back to the tower. Inside, the Clockmaker was already there, waiting with that same grin. "Again," the old man said. Every time the loop reset, the town grew darker. The baker's dough rotted in his hands. The sweeping woman's broom snapped and her fingers bled. The children's laughter turned to wails. The more Hatim returned, the worse it got. Faces distorted. Shadows lengthened. The streets cracked and blackened. But Hatim noticed something. In each loop, a single clock on the wall inside the tower ticked once, then stopped. A soft echo in the dead air. He stepped toward it. "Ah, found it," the Clockmaker rasped. "The heart." Hatim saw it then. A small silver pocket watch, etched with symbols. It was still ticking, stubbornly alive. "Break it," the whisper came, from behind, from the walls, from inside Hatim's own head. "End it." The Clockmaker lunged at him, hands clawing, mouth open wide like a clock's broken gears. Hatim drove his sword through the old man's chest, but no blood came. Just the grinding of metal. "I am time!" the Clockmaker shrieked as he crumbled into dust. Hatim smashed the pocket watch against the stone floor. The bell tolled once, but this time it rang to completion. The sky shifted. The orange faded into blue. The people of Merabad blinked, confusion washing over them as they realized they were free. The clocks around the room shattered, raining glass and gears. As Hatim stepped into the sunlight, the townsfolk wept and embraced each other, their minds returning from the endless nightmare. But far behind him, in the ruins of the clock tower, Hatim could still hear a faint ticking, deep beneath the floorboards. The Clockmaker's secret, perhaps, still waiting for another hour,